My name is Chris Mills, and I am the branch manager of the Greenwich and North Fairfield locations of the Huron County Community Library, and I'd like to welcome you to our second unboxing video. Today we'll be looking at some new additions to the Greenwich collection during the month of July. You can also order these through your local library and pick them up at the Greenwich location. So let's get started. Our first one, Danielle Steele. Every month, Danielle Steele book. This one's Lost and Found. Takes place in New York City. Starts there, and a woman takes a cross-country road trip to kind of re-examine her life, some of its choices. Our next one, Dorothea Benton Frank, Queen Bee. She puts out a new book pretty much every summer. Her books are always very summer, beachy, family feel, so if you like that kind of thing, pick one of these up. The next title is Ask Again Yes. This is the story of two rookie NYPD officers who buy houses in the same neighborhood. Their families grow up together until they're interrupted by a tragedy, and it kind of proceeds with their children's lives after that. The Summer Guest by Mary Alice Monroe, another good summer beach read, family intrigue and mystery. Keep You Close. This one is by Karen Cleveland. I don't think we have anything else by her in the collection. This is the story of a woman who, her son one day is arrested on suspicion of being a terrorist, but she's convinced that he's somehow being framed, or that it's not quite what it seems. The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. This is a thriller about a woman who goes to stay in a vacation home. It's an offer she can't refuse, but kind of seems like maybe the beach town, or the vacation home at the very least, might hold some bigger secrets. Into the Jungle. This one's a little bit different. A woman goes to Bolivia for what seems like a dream job. She's going to be working in the edge of the jungle. The dream job falls through, and she ends up traveling into the jungle with a shady character and eventually has to survive on her own, completely unprepared in the wilds of Bolivia. Call Your Daughter Home. This book takes place in 1924 South Carolina, and it deals with a family who is kind of falling apart due to the looming Great Depression and the sharecropper families that live on their property and kind of how they all interact with each other. A little bit lighter fare, The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. If you're familiar with this, if you like a rom-com, just something light, fun, will they or won't they kind of story, pick this one up. We have Mine by Courtney Cole. A woman decides in the middle of a hurricane to try to get revenge on the woman that she thinks might be her husband's mistress. The Girl in the Rearview Mirror. If you take a nannying job for one of the prominent families in your community and it seems to be too good to be true, just might be. The Summer We Lost Her. This is a story of a family struggling with the loss of their daughter, and just how they recover, how they deal with things. We have the beginning of a brand new inspirational fiction series. This is The Ship, or The Bride Ships by Jody Headland, and the first title is A Reluctant Bride. And these are women traveling across the ocean in the late 1800s to basically mail order brides and how they adjust to life in the wilderness of the Americas. Another lighter entry, Waiting for Tom Hanks. This is being compared to kind of Sleepless in Seattle, only in book form. So pick this one up. Natalie Tan's book of Luck and Fortune. A Chinese-American girl goes home to deal with her mother and her grandmother aging, and she goes back to her old neighborhood and discovers that she left behind a lot more than what she thought she did. Let's see, what else is in here? This is kind of the hot book right now, Mrs. Everything by Jennifer Weiner. This covers women in the 60s growing up and kind of starts with the women's lib era and covers just how women's roles in society have changed. It is fiction, however, and has gotten really good reviews. Man of the Year. This is another entry. Maybe it's a little bit more manly entry than some of these. He is a doctor. He is an award winner, thriving practice, and all of a sudden, it all comes crashing down. Evie Drake starts over. This is a widow in New England, has decided that she is going to start her life over, and just kind of the way that she deals with becoming her own person in a small town. A Beach Wish by Shelley Noble. We have this one in large print. And a woman runs home to Windchime Beach where she grew up, and it's a nice light read for summer. And our last fiction title is A Job You Mostly Won't Know How to Do. A man is widowed when his wife dies in childbirth, and he's left to raise a child on his own, and just kind of how he deals with everything. I also have some really interesting nonfiction titles this month that I'm just going to go through really quick. The Ghost Ships of Archangel, the Arctic Voyage that defied the Nazis, and this is about missions that went through the Arctic Circle during World War II. 4 Hours of Fury, the untold story of World War II's largest airborne invasion. Aloha Rodeo, a little bit different. 3 Hawaiian cowboys, the world's greatest rodeo, and the hidden history of the American West. Bet you didn't know there was cowboys in or from Hawaii. I didn't. Nuking the Moon and Other Intelligent Schemes and Military Plots Left Behind on the Drawing Board. Anybody that likes military history or political history, check this one out. The Accidental Veterinarian, Tales from Pet Practice. This is written by a practicing veterinarian. Stories about some of the things that go on in a veterinary practice. If you love animals, you might pick that one up. If you're looking for some projects to do, I have wood plank projects. So this is pallet things and crochet in a day. 42 fun and fast projects. So if you're looking to up your crafting game this summer, we have those. Got a couple more left. Own your everyday. Overcome the pressure to prove and show up for what you were made to do by an Instagram influencer, Jordan Lee Dooley. And The Fate of Food. This one's garnering some attention. It's been on a couple of the bigger talk shows. What we'll eat in a bigger, hotter, smarter world. And it's basically how our changing world is affecting the food that we eat, and whether that's good or bad. And my last book in the box, it's all empty, A Memoir of D-Day, Every Man a Hero. So if you thought any of these titles sounded interesting, or you just want to check them out, stop into the Greenwich Library or your local library and feel free to order them. We're happy to help you out. Thank you.